there with my girlfriend then to get some stuff. And I'm sitting out there waiting. I hear ba 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 ba. It's a horn that I had bought for him. That's sing a song.
Okay.
So when I hear it ba 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 ba, I look around and I see the Volvo pull up beside me. I'm waiting to see him come out with karate move and bop, bop, bop. And I'm sitting there. I was looking now, if he jumps out, I see a woman with some knife cutting banana and peeling thing. If anything, I run for that. He was calm and nice. And then he said, my brother, looking faint, I want to hear this album. I do not have no nuclear war, you know. Oh, well, you come hear it, man. You see when I dropped that, God cried. You know? And I'm sitting there watching him. He still sat in the car, because it was a left-handed car that we had bought, or we had gotten from Sweden, a Volvo. Yeah. And I'm waiting for him to jump out, and he sat there. And when he started talking nice, I said, by the way, Peter, I have something to ask you. I hear you looking for me to kill me because you hear that COVID thing. That's when he asked me, say him never know him also have a cheese.
Okay.
You know. And he said it's madness, that is foolishness.
A clear case of all this.
Yes, you know, but I don't know what was it, but she fed him with these negative things. But it's the same thing happened when she told him things about his kids. That's why Andrew, you know.
Okay. Man, the stories are many. Clyde Mackenzie, are you still there? Clyde?
Yes, I'm still here. I'm listening to stories one more time.
You can't get tired of these stories, Clyde, can you?
You know, you just press play and move and just move. You know?
Yeah. I commend Copeland for deciding to do this project. I've encouraged him along the way and seriously encouraged him. And it got to a point where every time I saw him, I'm asking him, what the book there? How far has it reached?
It became a joke, you know.
Yeah.
People kept asking because, as he said, it was 20 years in the making. It was really 2 years. I mean, it was during COVID that we really got serious. You know? Yeah. Joe, I mean, after Joe and I came together about the project and said, you know, we're going to do it through Downtown Publishing. Then, you know, Joe said, you know, you know, since it's COVID, I think you should just take some time and just lock yourself away in the R, you know, for a couple of months.
Wow. In New Kingston.
So I had to move down to the R, you know, so my wife had to come down and, you know, make sure that everything was all right for me and so on. But, you know, I spent the days there because, you know, there was not much going on because, you know, we were on lockdown. And so that's when we really, in earnest, and I was at the same time I was working with Joe on the Taste of Sumfest, you know, in terms of getting that organized for Joe. So it was really a tough time because there were lots of things going on. And then, you know, Copeland was sending through the material, we broke them down, and then, you know, there were lots of stuff we had to discard because the whole intention is not to be dishing on anyone, and we made sure that the book was didactic in its intent, you know. In other words, it was a teaching exercise. So the stories that we tell are supposed to be guides for future generations. You know, it's not really I mean, some of them might sound as if you are, you know, telling stories on people, but it is really a matter of making people aware of some of the challenges which exist in the business.
All right. So, you know, Clyde, 1 second. I think we have to bid New York goodbye. Just to say, where is the book available quickly?
Well, the book is now available through Downtown Publishing, right, at 22 Belmont Road, and it's going to be available soon in the shops and stores here in Jamaica. You can order it online from Amazon.com. Put the name of the book and get it.
In the United States, but it's going to be in another couple of days. You will have total access to the book in Jamaica because it will be in the bookstores.
Don't move, Clyde. Don't move, Joe. Don't move, Copeland. Roy, it's been a pleasure, man. And want to say big ups to the Tri-State family. And you continue to do what you do best. Much respect to the Tri-State family and the Irish Jam crew. I'm just flipping through because, Copeland made sure that I got a copy of it early. Here's another interesting story. Bunny fancied himself as the intellectual center of the group. We're talking obviously about the Wailers. Peter was, in the estimation of many, including me, that is Copeland saying this, the most erudite of the group. But, Copeland went on to say, I would say Bob was the smartest of them all. And you're sticking by that?
Yeah, I will forever stick by that. I have lots of things to prove that way. Because the breakup was initiated by Bunny in 1973 after the first Catch a Fire tour. And then because he didn't understand a lot of things like tour support, he told me in his own words that when they finished the tour, they got a financial statement from the record company. And how could they owe the record company and not the record company work? It's them work. But they don't understand a new group goes through that and you get a tour support from the group. So every tour you do, you get a financial statement so you can know how much money is being spent on you.
Yeah.
So he took that personally in the opposite way, but because he didn't understand later. So he quit the group. And he even tried to get Peter to quit too at that time, right? And Peter's girlfriend, even when the guy in the car crash with him, said, no, just continue to do your work, right? So when we went to the US, that's when I joined up with him in the US now, right? We had to bring in Joe Higgs to fill in for the missing Bunny Wailer, right? Thinking that he may come back at a later stage, which he never did. So that led to the breakup there, toward the United States, right? Opening for Sly and the Family Stone,
Okay.
right? As the Wailers,
Yeah.
right? Opening for Sly and the Family Stone, and then till we got to Las Vegas, when Sly and them feel like this group is doing ep. But they were the biggest punk rock group at that time. So get up one morning and just take the bus and drive and left everybody stranded.
Wow.
Right there. So this myth about Chris Blackwell broke up the group and give the name Bob Marley and the Wailers is incorrect. Because they've been using Bob Marley and the Wailers from in the early 60s. Even when they had their own label, Wail and Soul M and Tough Gun Records, Bob Marley and the Wailers has been written there. So it had nothing to do with Christie. Then they meet Christie's 72, right, when they got stranded in England, and they've been using it from 66, 67.
Another interesting story that is covered in the book Reggae My Life is Joe, you're now off and running. Are you looking at doing other publications soon?
Well, we have a few projects, on deck. And Clyde and I have been looking at, how to choose one over the other. But I think we want to see how this book goes, get this thing off the ground properly, and it takes a little time to get the plane off the ground. And it's off the ground now. And we'll see how we get through this initial publication. But we're certainly interested in on some of these projects that we have on deck right now. And they're actually very dynamic and different from this one, and they're all different. So it's good for for the way I look at it. It's just another way of spreading reggae music, good reggae music, and dancehall music, and the culture, to the international market. And it's nice to read books. I mean, a lot of people are not reading books these days, but there's something about the space that a book gives you, which is nice, and especially reading this book by Copeland Forbes is something that is not only something you can learn a lot about in terms of the business, but you get an idea of just how difficult the road is and all the kinds of alluring possibilities that come up in one's journey.
Yeah. Joe, what are the dates for Reggae Sumfest?
July 16th through the 23rd.
All right, the next time we talk, it will be all about Reggae Sumfest. Thanks to you for having the wisdom to sign up with Bridge 99 FM and Irish Jam Radio so that we can be your solid partners going forward. We'll talk again soon, all right?
All right, thank you very much, Richie.
All right, blessings. I have to ask one quick question before I go. Copeland, the group Black Uhuru is also, I suspect, covered in the book. They don't seem to ever be getting back together. Do you think it will happen?
No. They tried since the first breakup in '84, which I witnessed myself, and it was told to me that Michael is not coming back by his wife through a louver window, right? In 2002, I got a call from Ducky, and him Michael saying, "Oh, they want to get back together because Jay-Z is interested to re-sign the group." Wow. I said, "Yes, this is great. You know, let's go back now and pick up where we left off and get Sly and Robbie to be a part of it and so on." And I started talking to Jay-Z in New York about the thing, but they had internal problems that created it again. As a matter of fact, they agreed to do everything on a 50-50 basis and hire a singer because Puma had passed,
Right,
and pay her for work, make for hire. But by the time you get into that, I set up a massive tour with Peter Swartz from the agency group. The Black Uhuru featuring Michael Rose and Ducky Simpson with Sly and Robbie and the Taxi Gang.
Yeah.
We had shows all over. And it just filtered away, it couldn't work again
You don't
because
see Black Hero coming back together.
And I saw a reunion with them in Europe, but it wasn't solid because each night one of them would come to my room and complain about the other one and thing, and I saw it and they tried, and I don't see it happening now.
All right, Copeland, we're out of time. Reggae My Life is Copeland Forbes has told to Clyde McKenzie. I'm saying it to your face. You have a bestseller on your hands.
Thanks for the quote, and I want to make sure it's dedicated to my mother who gave me the inspiration, you know, throughout my journey and celebrating my 60th year in the entertainment business, having started December 12, 1962.
Lillian Forbes, big respects. Clyde, congratulations. Copeland, congratulations. And we'll continue to monitor the progress of this one. I'm going to read it for sure.
Yeah, man.
Cover to cover.
And thanks for everyone who participated in this journey. I'm happy, and now we're moving forward.
Great. We waited long for this one, but we're happy it's finally here. DJ Audley, thank you. Thank you